Workers across the border from Thailand that began as just a trickle early last week became a torrent of people by the week's end that has yet to stop, with 122,000 Cambodians having crossed the border at Phoi Phet in the past week. Cambodians are leaving Thailand en masse, propelled by rumours of targeted violence and a crackdown against undocumented workers by the Thai military junta, the National Council for Peace and Order. But the rumours remain just that. There is still no evidence of the violence.
It does seem that almost every undocumented worker, Cambodian worker in Thailand, is crossing the border now. So I think, for people to give up their livelihoods, to come from a very poor part of the country, to go to the country next door, to work for a small salary, they're really working for small money in Thailand. For them to leave, they must have a very solid reason for leaving, and for leaving in such numbers.
Many who crossed the border on Friday and Saturday spoke of friends or family who had witnessed such events, but the Post could not find a single person who had seen them for themselves.
Giờ chóm cứ chân vì nó máu cứ chi lan máu cho lại to mò chẳng cái oi lại ai vai van đạm một đống mà nữ coi một đông thì mọi ông chu coi một đông đây đo pe lan kia tay vô chẳng cái oi lại lá này van ở đó vô mau té cái chăm từ liêu mà tam rồi chẳng nhau mau nó còn miên ở van khơi này nhau mau ta này nó mau tập luôn của mê ca cái nơi nóng cái vậy đẹp dương nay ta bơi tầm ruột tới cái ai ca thì nìa dương ban chứ đấy tại bơi thể hiện cái thì nìa dương ban chứ
như thì đang thể hiện trăm thể hiện đầy trăm thể hiện cái cho tôi chút kia này
cô khơi thể hiện này
thế nhưng mình khơi thế nuôi được cô nhưng kia này nó tươi luôn khơi thế khai mình thật nè nông ban trâu ta rơi chọc mồi cướp nghiền.
With estimates of the total number of undocumented Cambodian workers in Thailand previous to this exodus at between 150 and 180,000 people, most have now returned home. Cambodia's Minister of Labour, Sam Heng, visited Phoi Phet on Friday. He denied there was a labour crisis in Cambodia and welcomed the returning workers back to the country. On Thursday night, 100 dump trucks organised by the government came to Phoi Phet to transport people from the border back to their home provinces. These trucks were supplemented the next day by open-sided military trucks.
I think what the government's done has been very, very effective. They've mobilised huge resources, and they've avoided a scene where there could have been a massive crush. It could have been very insanitary. There could have been a shortage of food, and those sort of situations. The mood changes very quickly, and the host community who initially welcome their countrymen back and they want to give them food and water and somewhere to sleep, that can change very quickly after a few days of pressure on their own resources in a small town like this. So the government's really to be congratulated for getting the immediate problem solved and getting people back to where they can be more easily managed.
Many were greeted in Phoi Phet with cheering, but having left their jobs in Thailand, it is unclear how easily they will be able to reintegrate back into Cambodia's fragile economic situation.
I think what's also crucial to stress is that once they get home, their problems aren't solved. In fact, they augment, because they're going back to somewhere they left because they couldn't make a living there in the first place, going back to a community that probably won't welcome them because they're a drain on that community's resources. So they'll need, long-term help. When this is over, when the immediate crisis here is over, at a local level, a lot will need to be done to reintegrate people, to help them find work, get the kids that have left back into school. All these things need to be thought about. But right now, I think the stress of the urgency is for transport and more.